What is it, my loves, and welcome back to the July 2018 social media reviews. So, as per usual, as I'm looking through all of your social media sites, I'm going to be looking for a vibe and or a target market. I'm going to be looking for consistency and content, like quality of content. So, with that in mind, let's start with Tara. Tara, I got the opportunity to review your website this month as well, and you did amazing. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, I love your vibe. Super well branded. Let's actually pull up your Facebook at the same time if we can. Let's see if this works. Oh, it looks like you linked to a mobile. Let's see if it'll do it for us. Yeah, defaulted. Cool. Oh my gosh, I totally remember your website because it was the same. Okay, so your Facebook page is in the old format, but there's probably not a whole lot you can do about that, but it's going to look a little different to us when we're reviewing it. Okay. Looking at your Instagram, I love all of your highlights. This is awesome. So she has Meet Tara, new guest, before and after, Y balayage, and hair extensions. Amazing. So good. I love your photos shot against this green backdrop. So for most of it, I always say like shoot against white, a plain background, brick, and I still do believe in that. But every once in a while, there comes a brand where shooting against a different background, so long as it's consistent, really works. And Tara is a perfect example of that. You can see when she shoots against the green, it's still very in line with her brand and her vibe, and it looks clean and polished. I actually prefer the green to the indoors white. Sorry, you guys, I'm fighting a cold. I think that the white I'm going to assume you're doing because it's nighttime, but the quality is not quite the same. So I do like the green better if possible. I love this where you show a picture of yourself. Very good. So cute. This is adorable. Such good vibes. So to me, looking at this, and look at your Facebook as well. Target market to me is definitely going to sway a little bit younger, more like 21 to 32, 33, lots of blondes, lots of balayage, obviously extensions, young, fun, having a good time. I will say there is a younger quality to your social media than there is to your website, which is not a bad thing, especially on Instagram because we'd be connecting with a much younger market, right? But I think that definitely your Instagram is speaking to the perfect Instagram market. I think your messaging is super clear. See these little touches of lifestyle where she shows her business cards and she showed the women shopping and the curling iron doing the curl. Those really work on Instagram. So Tara's more in like stage 4, which when we get to the Instagram module, you'll know what I'm talking about. And it really, really is working for her and adding to her vibe and consistency. I love the way you're doing it. Look at the logoed hat she has. Very well branded. I think you're fully in alignment with your branding and your target market. I think that that's perfect. Let's just take a quick look at consistency. So July 20th. Okay, so you haven't posted in a week at the time I'm reviewing this. July 19th, but hey, you could be on vacation or traveling, something like that. Oh, June 1st. No, so you do have a little bit of a frequency issue. So if you really want to make Instagram work for you, you need to be posting here at least bare minimum 3 to 5 times a week, bare minimum. So frequency, I would tell you to beef up a little bit, but your work is amazing. I think you're doing a really great job there. As far as Facebook, I love the before and afters and transformation. This one is shocking. I'm surprised your engagement is so low, to be totally honest with you. So on Facebook, sometimes before and afters do well if it's just one photo versus a collage. So that could be what happened there. This is a great before and after. Video about extensions. You showed a picture of yourself. So your content is great. Yep, of course, this post got a million likes just like they do on everybody's. Your content is great. Let me see if I can see how many followers you have. Engagement seems a little bit low, but again, maybe your target market, gosh, I can't even see. Okay, 357 likes. Yeah, your engagement's a little low, but I do think maybe your target market is more on Instagram, so that could be a part of the reason why. I'd love to see you show up with yourself more often, video more often, frequency again with this one, more frequency if possible. But I really like the quality of what you're posting. Include some of the lifestyle stuff on Facebook as well, not just on Instagram. And I would love to see you running ads. I think your website is amazing, your social is amazing, and you're totally on the right page. Awesome job. Okay, so let's take a look at Lori. Perfect. Okay, so I really like Lori's bio, you guys. So she has sun worshiper, creative, animal loving, professional, overachiever, hysterically funny, or at least I think so. I like the personality that you put in there, Lori. So good. So let's take a look at your photos. I think you're doing a great job. Your work is amazing. I like the quality of your photos. So can you see how much cleaner it looks when you do these exterior shots versus something like this? The presentation's just a little bit stronger, so I really like what you're doing there. Love this photo of you at work. I think you're really on the right page. Let's take a look. So 5 days ago, July 16th. So again, for you, frequency as well. The more often you can show up, the better. If I can be honest, looking at your clients, I don't think Instagram's your target market anyway. So let's take a look at your Facebook for a second, and then I'll start analyzing overall. But it looks like your clientele is more like in the 30 plus range, which is when we really want to start looking at Facebook versus Instagram. So let's take a look. Oh yeah, see, and you're even going more all in here for sure. There's no doubt about it. Okay, so let's look a little more seriously at Facebook for you. 10 reviews, which is amazing. I love your profile picture. Look at her header. Great header photo. And if you notice, we reviewed Lori's website as well. And this was the cover photo on her website. And I love that consistency between the two. Such a good job. Okay. Service menu looks good. Look at these video tutorials she's doing, you guys. So good. And 20 likes, 7 comments. 26 likes, 9 comments. These are huge for her. How many followers do you have? So she has, and not to say anything negative about Tara, because Tara, I think you're doing an amazing job with your business. But you can see Lori has almost half the followers and more engagement because of the video. Video is major, and this is the proof is in the pudding in this. I love the cover photos you used. We show how to do cover photos like this in Facebook Mastery, but you can also totally figure it out yourself as well. But beautiful. You did a really great job there. Okay, so after photo, awesome engagement. Photo of yourself relaxing on the beach. Of course, awesome engagement. Let's see. Before and after. Lori, you're using Facebook flawlessly. Lots of photos of yourself, lots of before and afters. You have a good post frequency. You're not afraid to show video of yourself. You're doing amazing. If you are not yet running Facebook ads, I want you to start yesterday. This is a Facebook page that's going to build like gangbusters. I love this. This is an awesome one for engagement. Look at this photo of her space. I love my job inside and out. Here's 5 fun facts you may not know. This blew up. This is amazing. This is her highest engagement yet. This is huge. So many shares. And look at, she mentioned you can get a manicure while you're processing. And somebody said, oh, I didn't know I can get a manicure while I'm processing. I'm so on this next time. Upsell. And all Lori's doing is talking about her salon. So that's huge. Lori, your Facebook is flawless. If I can be honest, it's much stronger than your Instagram, but I think it's good because I think this is where your target market lives, and I think you're on the right track. Please start running ads. It's going to explode for you. Okay, let's take a look at Jenny. Awesome. Okay, let's see what Jenny's up to. Okay, so can you see how having the mix of backgrounds is really distracting? Your work is amazing. We don't want the backgrounds to get in the way of that. So I know there are some people who are playing with black backdrops on social media. I don't like them. I'm never going to be adding dark backdrops to Thriver Society because it's not what I believe in. I think it's a fad. I don't think it's going to stick around. And I know for a fact it doesn't perform as well in the feed. So I wouldn't use the dark backgrounds, especially when you're photographing hair. You want cleaner, lighter, brighter, not darker. It distorts the color in a way that's not flattering, and it's just not Instagram friendly. So I would go with the lighter backgrounds for sure. I know this is on site, so that's going to work okay. Let's take a look. So you know I'm all about repurposing content, right? Like taking a photo of one client and then taking 6 more photos of her and spreading them out so you have plenty of content. But because you posted these pictures a little bit too close together and they happen to lay right on top of each other in the grid, it's distracting. So you have to remember when somebody first comes to your Instagram page, it's going to look like a grid, right? A lot of people don't scroll down past the 15th image. So you're going to get an entire scroll that's something like this, and then they're done. So when somebody looks at your grid and they see the same, almost identical photo, boom, boom, it feels too repetitive. Whereas if you had this one and then this other one was much lower, like way down here, no one would ever notice, which is crazy, but it makes your content seem more relevant. So spread those out a little bit more. I do look at this photo. I love this. Show faces, light backdrops. It's more powerful, I think, especially on Instagram. So this was 7 days ago, July 18th. May 28th. So same with you. Frequency on Instagram is super duper important. I'd love to see you posting here 4 to 5 times a week. Of course, when you show up as yourself, you're going to get tons of engagement. I think you're on the right track. I would still work on cleaning up your backdrops and your photography skills. I want you to go back and take a look at the Instagram module because I talk a lot about posing your clients, and I think that's going to help you a ton. So make sure you go back and review that as well. Also, I want you to change your bio big time. And I wouldn't direct to your Facebook in your Instagram bio. Go ahead and direct to your website for sure. I wouldn't direct to Facebook. People who use Instagram are generally pretty loyal to that platform. People are going to check you out on both anyway. They're going to get to your website and see that you're on both, and they're going to look at both. So you don't need to direct to both. But this leads me to believe you're more in on Facebook anyway. But with your Instagram bio, I want you to add a little bit more personality. Like a lot of new clients don't know what Surface Core Certified is anyway, and they're not going to bother looking it up. So make it a little bit more client based, yeah? And you don't have to put hairstylist actually at all. People are going to pick that up. So let your personality shine through here in your bio. Okay, so let's take a look at your Facebook. Sorry, you guys, I've literally had the same cold for 3 weeks. I'm fighting it like crazy. Just ignore my scratchy voice. Okay, so this, again, this is very in line with your website, which I love, love, love. Awesome profile picture, awesome bio. Sorry, not bio, header image. The one thing is, though, I think I would swap out this photo. I really like the layout. I don't love this photo. She almost seems sneaky to me. Like she seems like she's up to something versus being like beautiful and relatable. Okay, this is going to sound crazy, and I've been listening to too many true crime podcasts, but she looks a little like true crime, like totally up to something. So I might think about changing that photo out. But your layout, I really, really like. Oh my gosh, 30 reviews. Okay, so yeah, you're totally more focused on Facebook, which I think that you should be. Based on even the photos that I saw on your Instagram, your clientele also looks more like 30 plus and kids even. So that's going to be more of a Facebook clientele, which is great. So I love that you're not afraid to show video. This is very good. So you're showcasing your salon space. You got great engagement here. Look how beautiful you are in video. Get out of here. This is amazing. I'll discuss with you how to go from a brunette to a blonde. So I would change the title of that because this is actually a really powerful video. But I would say something more like thinking about making a color change 6 steps to go brunette to blonde. So make it more bite size, okay? Make it more tangible. Like this is how we do it, and this would have performed better. But I love, love, love this topic. So always think about how you're going to frame those titles, but you did amazing. Okay, let's take a look here. So again, with these, I wouldn't do so many pic collages. It's why I don't coach to pic collage in Thrivers at all. Just a before and after. Before and after is all you need. They don't need to see all the angles and all the side and all the transformations. Actually save some of these and show the back of her head today and the front of her face with the transformation in 6 weeks when people forgot that you even did this. Like bank your content and save all those different angles, but just 2 photos at a time, one before, one after, and that'll do it. Vote in the previous post, please. Let's see. I'm putting together how-to style hands-on workshop. Again, I'm totally not surprised that it got low engagement. I think had this photo been different, it would have done better. So think about just changing the photo for next time. Do something on Canva that says teaching tutorials, what day works best for you, Sunday versus Monday, and then have the poll. So switch this up a little bit. I think it would have done better. I think it didn't get great engagement because of the images used. This same thing. Images like this don't perform well. People feel like you're selling to them on Facebook, and it gives the wrong vibe. So just show a photo of yourself or design something cute in Canva. It would do differently. Now look at this. You're so beautiful. This blew up. This was huge for you, right? Showcasing your website. You're getting tons. Okay, now what did she ask here? We can learn a lot from this. She says, hello. Some of you may not know this, or some of you might not. I'm obsessed with foods. I just switched to a plant-based diet. Anybody else here vegan? Do you have any questions? Lots of questions. People like to talk about this. And I always say on your Facebook page, don't feel like you just have to talk about hair. You can talk about so much more. The reason why people come to see you is because they love you as a person. And Jenny's really leading into that. Jenny, this was huge for you. More, 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 more. Like you, for me, this really appeals to me. I like to live as holistic a lifestyle as I can. So the fact that you're vegan, I want to come pick your brain while you do my highlights. Yeah. So lean into this as much as possible. Keep doing video. I think you're doing an amazing job. You are somebody who as well can run Facebook ads, but I would do a little bit less of this generic stuff, like a little less Taylor Swift, a little less generic photos like this. You don't need that kind of filler. You're doing great on your own. Also, asking our clients things like this. I always say don't let your clients make your business decisions. Don't ask them when you should do a live. Don't ask them when you should teach a class. Don't ask them when you should host an event. You do it and they make time for you. You're in the driver's seat. You have the reins, but I think everything else you're doing is awesome. And yes, I agree. Your target market's here on Facebook, so keep leaning all in. You're doing an amazing job there. Okay, let's take a look at Lauren. So cute. Look at this great photo. Doesn't this make you want to have a coffee with Lauren? Adorable. I love this. Okay, I want you to take a look at her Instagram and how she's branded these highlights. So this is something that we talk about in the Hairstylist Guide to Instagram Stories. So I share this with you guys. If you go to thriversociety.com/login and you scroll down, don't click into Thrivers, but keep scrolling down. For some of you, it's even going to be on page 2 of your membership area. You will see I have a whole 25-page book and video dedicated to Instagram Stories, and I show you how to make them look branded like this. So make sure that you do. I want to show you somebody else just while we're talking about Instagram Stories, because I think she did a great job. Look at this, branded Instagram Stories. Really, really important, and I show you exactly how to do this in the Hairstylist Guide to Instagram Stories. So I want you to go back and make sure you check that out if you haven't already done so. Can you see how powerful that is and how beautiful it looks? Awesome job, Lauren. You did a really great job there. Okay, so let's take a look at her bio. Blonde and dimensional hair specialist, fine hair expert. Ooh, I have fine hair. I'm into that. Hair Refinery, Burlington, ClickBook to access scheduling, accepting new clients. I love this. Can you see how she mixes emojis in? Mixing emojis in is something I talk about in the Instagram module. Really important. You did a great job there, Lauren. And even your bio feels branded, which I really like. Let's take a look at her photos. Beautiful. Your lighting is great. The way you do soft focus is great. So can you see, Lauren is also somebody who's in Instagram phase like 4 to 5, which we talk about in the Instagram module. Not everybody's here yet, so not everybody can do what she's doing. But see how she's showing a lot of herself. Her photos don't necessarily use that plain white background, but she looks like if I had to guess, it looks like she's shooting with a 50 milliliter lens. This doesn't look like a cell phone to me. It could be. I could be totally wrong. This looks like a professional camera, and you can tell the photo quality is different. So she's really stepped up her game. She's playing a big game on Instagram. Look at how the color really shines through. There's a good variety of colors, but it all feels very well branded. Beautiful. I love that you're showcasing yourself. I love that all of your clients look similar. This is very true to style. This is very true to your brand. Beautiful job. So something I don't coach to is mixing in quotes. I think for 90% of you, it's not what you should be doing on Instagram. But again, she's in a different stage than the vast majority of you are. She's a little bit further along in the program. So she's able to do things like this and have it look branded. I'll be honest, most of you aren't in stage like 4, 5, 6 of Instagram yet. So know that this is goals and this is what's possible. Lauren, you've done an amazing job. I think this is beautiful. Let's take a look at your frequency, but my guess is it's quite good. Yeah, you're posting a lot. Yeah, very frequent, which is great. Awesome, awesome job. And based on the amount of followers you have, your engagement looks great too. Okay, so let's take a look at your Facebook as well. Oh, so you're cutting off. Your header photo is cutting off a little bit on desktop, so make sure you go back and shift that. 19 reviews, looks amazing. Let's see, how many likes? 482 likes. You did a video about who you are and what you do. I love that. I wish you had actually, when you do a YouTube link like this, You can preview the video versus just showing a link. So next time, do an upload to the video preview so it shows as a video on your page instead of just a link. There are a gajillion studies about how when you try to like farm people from one social media platform to another, which in this case you're trying to drive people off of Facebook onto YouTube, like I personally wouldn't take the bait. But if you showed me your video here on Facebook and I fell in love with it, I would 100% subscribe to your YouTube. Or I would totally go watch the video in full on YouTube, but this doesn't tempt me. So if you showed the video instead, a lot more tempting. Even if you just showed like a snippet, a teaser, a lot more tempting. Okay, so let's take a look here. And for her, it's the opposite. So can you see how she got so much more engagement on Instagram? But also she has a target market that's on Instagram much more than Facebook. They're younger. It's the 20-somethings crowd, maybe a little bit of early 30s, which is why I like that she's playing into both. Because this Instagram crowd in 3, 4, 5 years is going to be a Facebook crowd, and she's going to be here waiting for them. So I think you're doing everything right, my love. I'd love to see you running some Instagram ads, but you're doing a beautiful, beautiful job. Great work. Let's take a look at my girl, Janine. Okay, so I wouldn't do a filtered photo as your profile picture. First of all, time out, you're gorgeous. I've seen photos of you not filtered before. You don't need the filter. It's distracting me. It's taking away. You don't need it. So this is cute for like a personal bio, but as your hairstylist professional bio, get rid of this. I want to see you. I want to see your gorgeous face. Beautiful pictures. Okay, so I like, if I get to be picky and choosy, which I do, I wouldn't do before and afters on Instagram. So instead, you'd show the after and say swipe to see the before. So you do 2 photos, swipe to see the before, you get better engagement and it looks cleaner on your feed. So sometimes you take a photo and it looks banging, and sometimes you take a photo and it leaves something to be desired. Also, can you see how you're cutting off a lot of tops of heads? When it shows up in the square, actually and in full frame too, you need to take one giant step back from your guest so that we can see their entire head in the photo. And I know a lot of times what happens is stylists scoot in and get really close when they're taking the pictures because it's a tight space to try and get the photo done. You need to find a new space for photos then, because I want to be able to see the entire top of the head. It looks a little bit more amateur hour when we can't. This, beautiful. I love this because I can actually see her entire face, yeah, and her head, her whole head. Can you see how better your engagement is when you show the entire head instead of cutting them off? So much better, yeah? When it looks cropped like this, it's not as strong. So make sure you're showing as much of the head as possible. Also, your lighting is much better outside. And you shooting against this greenery, I really like it. So I might tell you to shift more to that as well if you can keep it clean. Don't watermark your photos. We talk about that in the Instagram module as well. There was a time a couple years ago where everybody was watermarking. And then, unfortunately, what happened is publications started wiping off watermarks. They were photoshopping them out. So it didn't protect our work anymore, which is so disappointing. And they don't perform as well in the feed. It's distracting and doesn't look as clean. So get rid of the watermarks. Your work speaks for itself. Like if I saw your photo hit my feed, I would know it's your work. You're branded. You don't need that watermark. So let the watermark go. But I think your work is gorgeous. I would take a giant step back from your guest when you're taking those photos like this. Oh my gosh, if I could see more of the guest, this photo would be everything. I also wouldn't mix in the logo of yourself quite as often. I know you like how it looks on the feed. I wouldn't do it quite as often though. It's repetitive. And so what happens is when you do these and they only get 12 likes, 10 likes, it screws up your algorithm and these great photos of your work don't get as much reach. So stay consistent to your work. Showcasing you is always going to be big on social media. So I'm glad that you're doing it. And then just work on that photo composition. Okay, let's take a look at your Facebook. And I tend to think just from seeing those bits of your clients I just saw, I think that Facebook is your jam. I love this cover photo, love the profile. 15 reviews, that looks great. Okay, so I can see that you are defaulting Instagram to Facebook. Don't do this. So as soon as you show hashtags like this on Facebook, the algorithm hurts you again. So we talk about this in the Facebook module. You can't do the default, even though they allow it. Facebook now more than ever doesn't want you to do anything on autopilot. So you can still use the same photos, you can even use the same captions, but use Facebook Scheduler instead. Get rid of the dot 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 and get rid of the hashtags. You'll get much better engagement. Simple but true. So I always say don't talk about retail on social media. It doesn't perform well. It also hurts your algorithm. So the clients have spoken, and they don't want to be sold to on Facebook. So you'll see in the Facebook module and in Facebook Master, I don't talk about selling on Facebook. If you go to my Facebook page, never once, ever do you see me trying to sell you anything. Because A, I don't think that's an effective sales strategy, and B, I know that it doesn't perform well in the algorithm, so you can't do it like that. So I wouldn't do anything retail based on your feed. Before and after is a great look how well this did. This is your highest engagement. Notice there's just 2 photos. I love the before and after. You don't need the trademarks, and you don't even need this to say before. Like, we know what's happening. So simplify, less is more. Your work is beautiful. Look at this. So much love. Once you got a photo of yourself on here, this is great. Okay, this is the photo that I picked out on your Instagram. It has more engagement than any other photo you've posted. Okay? So I see it, your clients see it. Really think about the quality of your images and how you're photographing and what you're showcasing. I think you're so close. I think you need just a little bit of refinement and you're going to crush. Awesome job, Janine. So let's take a look at Leslie. And I can only do one Leslie, so I'm going to take a look at your personal. Awesome. Okay. So I love that you're doing the Instagram highlights, but make sure you change the name so we know what you're highlighting, so we know what each of these stands for. Balayage and Vivids, Diva Curl, Curly Specialist, Micro Salon Business Consultant, Owner. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to make an assumption, and I could be wrong. You are now trying to use your Instagram to more attract stylists than clients, is the vibe I'm getting. But there is a tiny bit of mixed messaging, but that's the vibe I'm getting because when we show doll heads, we're always speaking to stylists. Clients find these to be the scariest thing on the planet. I've talked to a lot of clients about it, and it's not something they want to see on social media, but stylists love it. So when you show things like this, you're speaking to stylist. Now, if you want to just showcase that you did education, these are great to show on your Instagram story, like clients like that, but I wouldn't put them on your Instagram feed unless your intention with Instagram now is to grow as an educator, not grow to accept clients from the platform anymore, if that makes sense. And a lot of people say, well, can't I do both? You can, but once you start making a shift like that, you kind of have to choose. You have to choose your lane and go all in. I've said this 100 times and I'll keep saying it. I coach a lot of stylists who on social media look successful. And I say a lot, it's less than a dozen who actually have had the nerve to like reach out and ask for help, but who on social media look like they're checking all the boxes. But the reality is they're followed by mostly stylists, not so much clients, and they're not actually growing clientele. So it's okay for you to be growing as an educator and speaking to a stylist clientele. If you're making that shift, awesome. So you want to show more of like behind the scenes, you working techniques, all that kind of stuff, like really lean into it. But then when I look at other pictures like this, even like this, these kind of things speak to me like you're speaking to a client. And then again, this speaks to stylist, this speaks to stylist. So I'm getting a mixed message. So just make sure you're really clear about who you're trying to reach with your Instagram. But your work is beautiful. If you want to be an educator, have no fear in letting your Instagram just be for speaking to stylists. It's okay for you to make that choice. It almost feels to me like you're a little bit conflicted. Your work is beautiful. And if you want to grow as an educator, I want you to start following more educators and see how they have the balance of showcasing their work and growing as an educator. You'll see the balance is a little bit different. I think you'd be amazing at going all in. You have the green light to do it. But right now, your messaging is mixed. Like if I'm getting a mixed signal, any stylist who looks at this is going to get mixed, and any client is going to get mixed as well. So just get really clear on your messaging with that. Okay, so let's take a look at your Facebook as well. And again, I'm going to look at your personal. Awesome. And see here, to me, it looks like you're speaking more like in this title, you're speaking more to clients, which is great. And you can make that switch. You can have Instagram speak to your stylists and Facebook speak to clients. There's a lot of stylists I coach to doing this, and it works great. So this is awesome. Your photos look amazing. Good engagement. Okay, so when I look at this picture of your salon, and I'm not trying to be critical. I'm just trying to be honest. Like, we're here because you want my honest feedback. This doesn't look super branded to me, and it doesn't necessarily give me the feels of like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to be there. It feels a little bit vanilla, which is okay because maybe your salon is more about every stylist can come in and rock their own brand. I would love to see some touches of personality in here, even if the touch of personality is a beautiful succulent right here. Like, it just needs to feel a little bit like warmer, cozier, because these floors, beautiful. The mirror is great. It just feels a little bit sterile. So if we're going to showcase photos of your space, I would stage it. And by staging, I mean no station products, flowers everywhere. It just needs to feel a little bit cozier. Like, literally put some throw pillows up here, like anything to make the photo look cozier when we're staging. Super duper important. So we staged our salon. It probably took us 2 hours to do the staging, but we had a big, huge salon before a photo shoot. It wasn't even functional. Like, there was no product in the building. There was flowers everywhere. It had professional lighting in it. Not once did somebody see those photos come in and say, oh, this looks just so different than it looked on the website. They would come in and say, the photos I saw on your website made me know this was the place to be. And it was staged. But when they came in, the experience gave them all those same feels. So if you're going to showcase your space, just make it a little bit warmer, cozier. It makes a huge difference. I think for your cover photo too, instead of showcasing this, which feels awesome like as an educator, but as a client, I want more warm fuzzies. I would have a target market client photo here. Like, give me somebody I can relate to, give me all those like emotional feels and vibes. You'll see as we were going through these reviews, a lot of people where I was like, oh, I just love this. It was a photo of a target market client versus the brush and bowl. So have you ever heard me say this? Clients don't care how you get there. They just want to see the result. Clients like to see before and afters. They don't want to see what happens in between. They don't care. Now we geek out over the in between, right? How much processing porn have we all watched? Like, oh my gosh, look at the levels of lift. Look at how she toned that. I can't believe she did that color correction. We geek out over that. Our clients think it's cool that you can do it, but this isn't like sexy to them in the way that it is to us. So I wouldn't have that as your cover photo. I'd have it just be something a little bit more like human and relatable, if that makes sense. Your work is amazing. The afters that you're showcasing on Facebook, awesome. I think that you're on the right track. A little bit of refinement as far as like which audience you're speaking with on which platform would help. But first of all, you're beautiful. And I think if you did the split of messaging between growing as an educator on Instagram versus growing as a stylist on Facebook, it would be super helpful to you. So I hope that that helps. Okay, Rosalie. Oh, see, again, branded highlights. We talk about how to do this in the Hairstylist Guide to Instagram Stories. Make sure you check it out if you haven't already done so. Okay, look at the bio here. Fur Mama, lover of bubble baths, balayage blonde, and creative color specialist. Good hair days are the best days. Request an appointment. Love this. Strong following, super well branded. Love this. Really great job. I love this. Can you see how she has a super consistent vibe? Very good. Okay, so if I can be honest, I don't love these. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, let me show you what I like. This to me feels very consistent. Your angles are consistent. And we talk about all these angles in the Instagram module. If you guys haven't checked it out before, I talk about posing your clients. Your poses are great. This feels consistent. This feels a little bit less consistent. When you go outside and you show this kind of like shingly stuff, it feels different. Something's different about this photo. Your lighting or something is a little bit off in this. Lighting is off right here. Now this shingle is working for me. What is different between the two? The angle. The angle is the problem. Can you see the huge difference? If maybe she'd been centered, it would have felt different. I think this crack is distracting me. It's crazy how the little things really distract you. But look at it overall and see how you can make it more consistent. And I'm going to be honest, I'm pushing you. because I think you're doing a great job and I think you could be even stronger. This one too, I think if the angle was different and the lighting was better, I would like this more. Overall, though, I love, love, love this. I love the direction you're going in. You clearly do balayage and vivids, which is 100% an Instagram market. Your work is phenomenal and you're doing a great job. Your frequency looks amazing. All of this looks great. So 5 stars for this. Really, really good job. Let me take a look at your Facebook as well. Although my guess is Instagram is your jam. But Facebook will work for you. Oh my gosh. Yes. I love this cover photo. So, so good. Okay, so see how you did this, Dusty Rose? I love it when my clients want to try new things. You should put, what was she before? You love it when she wants to try new things. What did you try that was new? Has she not done this before? Where did she start? Like, show the transformation. Tell me the story. How did she decide to go dusty? Was it a conflict for her? Did she feel super confident in it? Like, tell me more about her journey. People love that stuff. People love that stuff. So tell me more about the story and the journey. This is adorable. Okay, so look, it's a picture of her and her girlfriend in the pool swimming, and so much engagement because she tuned it into sun protection. I love that. So, so good. Now, I made the assumption that this was your friend. Oh, it doesn't say here. It could have been her salon mate. It could have been anybody, but I love this shot. So, so good. Okay, look at how cute this is. Amazing. Before and after. Okay, you're slaying on Facebook too. You're doing okay, but look at this. Kris Jenner didn't do as well as the other photos you post. Look at this engagement, 38, 10, 38, and then this, 7. Don't do this generic stuff on Facebook, you guys. I coach to this in Facebook Mastery and in Thriver Society Facebook. Don't do the generic stuff. Even though we think it's funny, it doesn't do as well for us, okay? This Kanye picture didn't do as well as just this shot, okay? So really take a look at things like that. Awesome before and after. You're doing an amazing job. You also get the green light to start running some Facebook ads. I'd love to see you do it. Amazing job, Rosalie. Good work. All right, my girl Java. Let's see what you're up to, babe. How about this logo though, you guys, right? Awesome. I'd love to see some cover photos here in your highlights, but otherwise really, really good. So we have owner. Can we put salon owner? Is that possible instead of just owner? Diva cuts for curly hair transformations, dimensional balayage, corrective color, blowouts. Perfect. I may put here like killer blowouts or blowout slayer or something with a little more personality, just something to think about, but overall really, really good. Can I show you something? Sorry, I got distracted. Have you guys been tempted to do Linktree? Somebody messaged me about this as well. I want you to show you what Linktree is. It allows you to link to like use your Instagram to link to several different options, right? So I click that one link and I get buy shirts, virgin hair extensions, blowouts, book an appointment, new salon guest, booking fee. Okay, Linktree is a paid service. You have to pay to use it. And this is what it looks like. And the photo doesn't even load. Have you seen what I have on my Instagram? This is so not a brag. I just want to show you guys a different way to do it. So when you go to my Insta, I don't use Linktree, but look at this. Nice to meet you. And look, I linked to all my things, but look how much prettier it looks. I think this looks a whole lot more attractive, if I can be totally honest, than this. Yeah? So I like the idea of Linktree. It's a really nice shortcut, but think of a different way that you could give the same effect versus having it look so bland. Just my 2 cents, something to think about. There's nothing wrong with your Linktree, Java, but people have been asking me about it, and that's the reason I don't do it. Also, a very good friend of mine is very brilliant and very huge on social media and said that Linktree actually messes up some of your SEO and engagement stuff and advised not to use it as well, which is why I made the decision to go this way instead. So just something to think about. I don't know if that's true or not, to be totally honest. I don't know where that information came from to this person, but it was enough to scare me. So just something to think about. Okay, so let's take a look here. Okay, Java, first of all, your work is insane. You're so good, and your clientele is like beautiful. You're one of those stylists that's like the most gorgeous clientele ever. And they're not afraid to show their face, which is huge for you. Like, how many backs of heads have we seen tonight? And Java's showing all faces. Yeah, I love this. So good. Okay, I always like to push. If I can give you one pro tip, lighting. I'd love to see you play with your light. Look at this, you guys. I can't. This is so good. So look at this compared to even like these two. This is amazing. However you did this picture, I want more of this. This like soft filtered background, so, so good. But all of your work and all of your photos are beautiful. Look at this. I can't. You're doing so great. So keep up the good work. Play with your lighting a little bit. I think it's causing a little bit of color distortion and maybe blasting your clients, like overexposing just a teeny tiny bit. But overall, you're doing an amazing, amazing job. Keep up the good work as far as photos go. Really, really good. Okay, so let's take a look at your Facebook. Let me close these out. Okay, this photo I would change. Have you seen in all the cover photos we've seen today how they have a little bit of text on them and you can see a full face? This is distracting. I can't really tell what's going on. I always say have eyes in the photo, but this feels like all eye and it's too much. It's too intense. So I would change the cover photo. I love the rest of it. Let's come down and see more. See, I said I wouldn't share product stuff. Same to you. I would skip the product stuff and do your product presentation in the salon. 13 reviews, which is awesome. Let's take a look here. Oh, I love that picture. Yeah, get rid of the product spotlight. Product spotlight again. Oh, I love this picture. Oh, slideshow of pictures. So good. Okay, so when you show before and afters of your work, that's when you crush. So I want you to do more of that and less of all of the rest. Stay consistent with the before and afters. This too, don't get the generic stuff in here. Make sure that it's all professional stuff. Here's Java. I love this. Keep showing yourself as much as you can. Keep working on your photo quality. It will help you a whole lot. But I think you're doing an awesome job. If I can be honest, I'm so torn because I like this photo. I love the vibe it gets, but it doesn't feel super warm and welcoming. That being said, maybe it is totally in line with your brand and target market. And if it is, go for it. But it doesn't make me feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be so welcomed when I come in here, which is not in line with your personality to me. Like, I feel like we've given each other so many virtual hugs, and this doesn't give me the same kind of feel. So, just my 2 cents, something to think about. But I think you are doing an amazing job. Keep working on your photo composition and photo quality. Your work is amazing. Keep showing those faces and get more consistent with your content here on Facebook. Facebook should be huge for you. Show less product. You haven't posted since June, girlfriend. I want you to be posting here 3 to 4 times a week because I think Facebook could be key for you. I want to give you the green light to do Facebook ads and I can't yet. So keep getting consistent on Facebook. Your Instagram looks amazing. Okay, so let's do Leisha. Awesome. I love this bio. See how she used emojis here just to make it clean? Look at these highlights. Perfect. Balayage, color correction, coffee, travel, animals, make your story colorful. Cute. I love all that. Yeah, I love this. Okay, so I like the photos that you're doing up here with these backdrops and this setup more than I like this. Don't have this sign in the photo as much as you can. It looks like it just sneaks in every once in a while because up here it's not in it. Maybe move the, is it a sign or a pillow? Make sure that's not in the photos. It's distracting because otherwise this spot is totally working even though it's not like perfect and clean. It's just that little pillow or that sign that's distracting. But the quality of your photos is great. I love that you're showing yourself. Your work is amazing. I love that you're showing faces. But this one though has a little bit, have you heard me talk about the cousin it look in the Instagram module where it's like you guys can't see me, but I'm brushing all my hair into my face where it's like do not show my face, and they look like they're hiding behind it. If they don't want to show their face, show the back of their head. If they're not willing to do something like this, can you see how much less engagement the cousin it photo got? 7 compared to 15 and 34. Yeah, it's because she's got this weird face thing going on. So just something to think about. Look at this. I love this when you show more of you. So you're 90% there. This is looking really, really good. I think Instagram is your jam. You got vivids, you got balayage, you got blondes. Let's take a look. And I love all this. Really, really good work. Let's take a look at your Facebook as well. I love this logo. Love this cover photo. See how this gives us like the vibes, but can you see how your cover photo is cut off here? So make sure you shift that down a little bit. 5 reviews. So keep getting these reviews. Keep pushing for more reviews. They're super important and a real game changer. Beautiful after. Good consistency. Make sure that you're not defaulting those Instagram posts to Facebook though. I want you to make sure that you're doing fresh posts to Facebook. You might be. It's hard for me to tell. Let me see. Yeah, maybe you are and you're doing fine. Can you see how Laisha's doing like a mini blog post with her Facebook? She's nailing it. This is what Facebook likes. And that's why we just looked at a picture and it said something like, I love it when clients are willing to try something new, Dusty Rose, versus Laisha's done like a mini blog. Much more effective. Look at the engagement she got. Tell a story. It's really important. So you're using Facebook perfectly. Oh my gosh, look at you showing up. Oh, you're making mama proud. I love this. So, so good. Beautiful work. Yeah, you're nailing it. You do get the green light to run Facebook ads. Go for it, my friend. This should work really, really well for you. Your work is amazing. Oh, this is a fun post. Do you run out of shampoo or conditioner first? Did everybody not say conditioner? Conditioner should be two bottles to one. It's just so ridiculous. Or I overuse it. I don't know. I have issues with conditioner. But so, so good. Get more reviews. And then I want you to have the green light with Facebook ads. Really, really good job. Okay, let's do Robert. And Robert is going to be the last one tonight. I want to keep going, but my voice is not going to hold out. I'm so sorry, you guys. Oh my gosh, I love this cover photo. So good. Big smile. Okay. East Cobb Hair Color Specialist, friendly neighborhood, hair nerd obsessed with healthy dimensional tailored color. Love that. Very good. Oh, that picture though. Okay. You're having a little bit of a photo composition issue and also sending those mixed messages. So a lot of what you're showcasing to me is more educator, which is fine. Like speaking to the industry, fine. Like all of this speaks to the industry. But then some of these you're speaking to clients, so it's mixed messaging. Now, if you're looking to speak to the industry, I think a lot of what you're doing is right on. You just need to work on quality. Less selfies, less poor lighting, more well lit stuff. I want to see tops of heads, always really important. And showcase more of you. If you're trying to go an educator, it needs to be a lot of you and a lot of professional images versus selfie shots. And then make sure that with every piece of content you're showing, it's adding value to your target market, just like you would doing if it was a client, right? So something to think about there as well. Let me see what this comment is. Custom blended color coming right up. Let's see what we have here. Continuing education was always high priority. So education stuff is really good to showcase on our Instagram story or our Facebook instead of being on our Instagram page. So just something to think about there. Can you see how, remember I was showing, was it Leslie? Where her salon, I was like, make it a little cozier. See how Robert has literally a plant here and a hashtag sign and it makes it feel cozier? This is what I'm talking about. Like, it doesn't take much, but just a little bit to make it a little bit more welcoming and cozy makes all the difference. So, Robert, I want you to go back and review the Instagram module, how to pose your clients, lighting, backdrops. I want you to go back and clean up a little bit. It's just feeling a little bit like untidy. Like you haven't deep cleaned the room in a minute and it just needs a little cleaning up. It feels, oh my gosh, but you've come a long way. Look at what Robert was posting before and look where he is now. What a difference, right? You're making the shift. So keep cleaning up, keep posing your clients. You're getting close. I can totally see the progress. Love this logo. Oh my gosh, your Facebook and your Instagram are like speaking two different languages. One is speaking like Swedish and the other one is speaking like Japanese. Like they're not even on the same continent. They're so different. This has a really different feel to it. It's so interesting. Okay, so let's take a look at your Facebook. Okay, so 11 reviews. same kind of photos. Okay, so time out for a second. I need to look at your website for just a minute here. Okay, Robert, I can tell you know what you're doing when it comes to hair. I can see with your logo that you're trying to attract a higher end target market, right? Mostly women who have the money to spend on their hair. They're not like over the top or anything like that, but they want a more polished experience. They want to come to somebody who's professional. They have the money to spend, but your website and your social aren't giving me that same vibe as this logo's getting, or even as this header image is getting. These are very like crisp, clean, professional, and you know what it is? A lot of your photo composition. I've said it like 6 times. It doesn't look like it's there quite yet. I want you to go back to that Instagram module and look at all the photos that we showcased today and in the past social media image reviews, and take like compare, be like, okay, what can I do to get closer to that image? Yeah. Look at people that you admire on social media and be like, what is it that they do in their photo that I'm not doing? For you, it's going to take a step back a little bit. So showing more of the whole head, cleaning up those backdrops. I want you to get a professional photo shoot done of yourself. I want you to promise me you're going to do that, because I bet your clients love you. I bet you are so much fun to see. I know that your work is amazing and your photos aren't showcasing how incredibly talented you are. I want you to work on taking stronger photos. Look at this transformation. This is amazing. Work on taking stronger photos. I want you to get a professional photo shoot of yourself, and I want you to make your website and your social media match the amazing brand you've created for yourself. There's a little bit of a disconnect. I want to work on this with you. I'm excited to see how this transformation comes together, and I want to take a look at your social media again in a couple of months. Let's give it 60 days when you think you've applied some of what we talked about, because I know you can do this, and that's why I'm pushing you to make it happen. I know we can make you huge and explode in Marietta, Georgia. So let's freaking do it, okay? And ending on a good note, you guys. I hope this has been helpful. Happy business building, and I will see you next month for more social media and website reviews. Bye, loves.